He didn't kill anyone. He didn't hurt anyone. He never even got out the car, but they still gave him 400 years. This is the story of Sidney Holmes, the man Florida tried to erase, how he survived 34 years behind bars for a crime he didn't commit.
Hey.
You're looking at the
Holmes was 23 in 1989, convicted of armed robbery outside a Fort Lauderdale convenience store and sentenced to 400 years in prison. Convicted despite a lack of physical evidence. Convicted despite his alibi. Convicted despite maintaining he was innocent all along.
It was June 1988, Fort Lauderdale. 2 people were robbed outside of a convenience store. No one was hurt, but the robbers got away. Witnesses described the getaway car as a brown Oldsmobile Cutlass, and days later, police pulled over Sidney Holmes. Not because he was seen at the scene, not because of a weapon, but because someone said that car looks like the one from the robbery. No fingerprints, no stolen money, no physical evidence, just a bad witness and a hunch. The trial didn't last long. No physical evidence, no confession, no motive. But still, the jury found Sidney Holmes guilty, and then came the sentencing. 400 years in prison. Let that sink in. 400 years for robbery where no one was hurt, the driver never even left the car. Some murderers don't even get life. But Sidney Holmes, the state buried him alive. On paper. For 34 years, Sidney Holmes woke up behind bars. The world changed. Presidents came and went. Families grew, loved ones passed. But Sidney Holmes, he stayed in the same place. Same bed, same cell, same 4 walls. He missed birthdays, holidays. His moms got older. And every night he went to sleep, still claiming he was innocent. For 34 years, no one believed him. In 2020, after decades of begging for help, Sidney finally got someone to listen. He wrote the Broward State Attorney's Conviction Review Unit, and this time they took the case. Investigators dug through old files, rewatched interviews, talked to the original witnesses, and they found no forensic evidence, no stolen money, a broken ID process that would never hold up in court today. Even the original detective admitted it may have been the wrong man. After 34 years, the truth finally started to come out. March 13th, 2023, Sidney Holmes walked out of prison. A free man. No charges, no parole, just freedom after 34 years. He didn't yell, he didn't curse, he just smiled and hugged his family for the first time in decades. The same people who had been visiting him since the 80s now got to walk him out the front gate. 34 years stolen and never gave up. His first words, "I just want to hug my mom."
Earlier in the day, Sidney shed a tear as a judge tossed out his armed robbery conviction and 400-year prison sentence.
There's no evidence tying Mr. Holmes to the robbery.
Even after walking free, Sidney wasn't done fighting, because in Florida, if you have a prior felony record, you don't qualify for automatic compensation. That means no check, no apology, nothing. So Sidney needed a special bill, a claims bill passed by Florida. And somehow, in a rare show of unity, the House and the Senate both said yes. On July 1st, 2025, the governor signed it. Sidney finally got what he was owed, $1.7 million. That's $50,000 for every year that he was locked up. Justice took 34 years, and it still had to be voted on. Sidney spent 34 years locked away for a crime he didn't commit. No fingerprints, no stolen money, no weapons, just a mistaken identity and a system that never looked back. He lost his 20s, his 30s, his 40s, and even now, he's one of the lucky ones, because there are thousands of people still sitting in these cells waiting to be believed. So ask yourself, how many more Sidneys are still out there? And if you made it this far, do me a favor. Like, comment, and share Sidney's story. There's someone out there that needs to hear it. This is the Trial Room. Thank you for listening.